جايبين الأطفال وبيعرفوهم على الحيوانات، يخلوهم يلمسوهم ويتكلموا عنهم. بعرفهم على القطة. الصندوق ده بقى فيه سحالف وفيه مفاضع وفيه عرس. الصندوق اللي فيه الحيوانات.
Alright guys, listen. Now this is probably going to be the last animal that we're going to go around, right? Because we don't have too much time, and our guest Samantha has a lot of animals, right? So this chinchilla is going to be the last one. The rest, we'll just have to see them, but we have to also listen to the explanation, and you know, she's going to talk a lot more about them. But in the end, we do have a special animal that we're all going to take pictures with in the end. All right? I'm going to leave that as a surprise. But for now, after this chinchilla, we all just have to sit down and pay attention. Because there's so many animals, we want to move quick and see all of them.
بقول لك ده الحيوان الوحيد اللي هم خلوه الناس تلمسه. هو عشان الوقت بيقول لك خلاص هنتكلم عن الحيوانات وفي الآخر هنتصور جنبيهم.
Also, while Samantha's going around, quick announcements for the parents. We do have Camp Salam. We have the registration forms. We're going to talk about it more towards the end. We have a camp here that's going to start July 5th. It's for 5 weeks, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 to 1:30. It's only $2.99 per child. But we have the camp here 4 days a week, and mashallah, it's pretty fun. We have a lot of games, Islamic studies, trips, and so forth. So if you guys want to register your children, it's ages 4 and up, you can take a form, inshallah.
اوكي دلوقتي هيتكلموا عن حيوان تاني. بص بقى هتفتح الصندوق اللي فيه حيوانات.
We are going you send Oscar back, I think he was a very good boy. So I'm gonna give him a treat first. Sound good? And we're gonna be able to see how he eats. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about with the chinchilla, his fur is so incredibly soft that when humans found chinchillas for the first time, they pet them and they said, oh, I would like to make a fur coat out of that. Now, unfortunately, it takes 200 chinchillas to make one coat. And we almost ran out of chinchillas completely until they made a law that said no more taking wild chinchillas. But you can still have one as a pet, so you can start asking your parents now. If you do get a chinchilla, I highly suggest get this slightly used low mileage
بيعملوا
chinchilla
2
and
مليون
healthy one, because guess how long
قط
they
من
live
ده
for?
عشان ياخدوا ثروته
20
يعملوا.
years. If you have one now and you get it as a baby, you'll still have it when you graduate college, okay? That's a very long time.
البتاع ده
So,
بيقعد
this can be a little overwhelming for people sometimes,
يعيش
and
20
there's
سنة.
always chinchillas up for adoption for that reason. So let's see if he wants a snack here. There you go, Oscar. I'm going to offer him a delicious little treat. And let's see if he wants it. And he's going to grab onto it. He says, thank you. You see how he holds it? And he even wears a little hat too. He's a good little kid. Okay, my friends, are we ready to move on to the next animal?
دلوقتي هي هتحطوه وتطلع حيوان جديد من الصندوق اللي هي شايله فيه الحاجات. تفتكروا ايه الحيوان الجديد؟
Okay, we're going ready. We're going to meet another animal now. It's very incredibly cute, but I have a riddle that goes along with it. Would you like to try to solve the riddle? What has 4 legs and a beak like a bird? There are 2 possible answers. One I wish I had, and one I have in this box. 2 legs, no, maybe. Isn't it? No. Are you ready? The one that I wish I had is the platypus. Wouldn't that be very cool if I had a platypus? I would love to kiss the platypus. That would be incredible. The one I do have is my old pal Chunker, who is a wood turtle. Now, Chunker has a very bad reputation for peeing on me during every single program, so I'm going to hold him like this, okay? Now, as a turtle, his body is built differently than ours is. Feel your back. What are those bones called? That's your backbone or your spine. Now, my friend Chunker has a shell, and some animals can change their shell, like our hermit crab. He cannot.
نتكلم عن السلحفاة.
His shell is his spine. Do you see the spine
لك في
inside
بعض
here?
الحيوانات بتقدر تغير جلدها بس هو ما
Take
بيقدرش.
his shell off, which is why
عشان دي
it's
صلبة
very
جدا.
important for us to be able to take care of these animals when they're crossing the road. If he gets hit by a car, is that good news or bad news?
Bad news.
Bad news, and it's very hard to fix the turtle shell because can he get a cast or go to the hospital in the wild? No, he's going to have to live with that damage for all 60 years of his life, okay? 60 years. Now, do you see why he has a beautiful orange color? This is how he attracts a pretty girlfriend. The brighter his orange is, the higher the chances he'll find a girl that will want to spend time with him, which is very important. Now, usually when animals spend a lot of time in the water, what do they have on their feet in between their fingers? Webbed feet, I heard it back there. He does not have webbed feet, so this tells us maybe he spends a little more time on land, okay? So he does not have teeth, but look at this, ready? He thinks he's a snapping turtle even though he's not. He says, whoa! He almost got me. This guy really likes to take a bite out of crime, okay? So he is not the friendliest turtle. Even though we've been friends for 8 years, he still tries to eat me every single day. Should I give him something to eat? Now, my friends, in the wild, my pal Chunker here will eat meat and vegetables. Does anybody know what we call that in the animal world? Omnivore. Good job. Now, as an omnivore, he likes to eat all kinds of fruits and vegetables that he can find in places like New Jersey, where he's from. And he also likes to use his claws to dig up worms and eat them. So let's give him a worm. I'm not going to give him the blue kinds because those ones spray worm juice when he eats them. And I'm sure you guys don't want worm juice.
فوق السحابة في
Jumper.
مارشميلو.
Let's offer him a worm. Now, my friends, I also wanted to ask you. Thank you. His shell here is very cool, but it's flat. If he were a girl turtle, they would have a much larger, taller shell. You know why? What do girls have to carry that boys don't? Eggs, exactly. So the girl turtle needs room inside her shell for eggs to grow. There he goes. See him eating it? He's really cool. He's munching it up. Very cute. I don't think there's any saving this worm. Okay, now boys and girls, I'm going to bring out another animal now that's very, very cute. Would you like to see a cute one? I personally think Chunker is cute too, but we should say goodbye, Chunker! Okay, let's see here.
طلع حيوان جديد.
I'm going to take 3 questions about Chunker. Do we have 3 questions about Chunker? Let's go there, honey. Oh, it's just like a sharp edge, kind of like a cookie cutter, and that helps him chop, chop, chop his worms up to eat it. Yes, honey. Chunker is only about 6 years old, so he's got a long life ahead of him. Yes, sweetie. He can go pretty fast, and he also eats really fast too, okay? Now, my friends, if you have questions that I don't get to, I promise I'll be around at the end. You can come up and ask them, okay? But now we're going to move on to the next animal. Ready? Let's meet my friend Charlie. Now, Charlie is very cute, but he's a little bit smelly, and no, he's not a skunk. Are you ready? Here we go. Come on, Charlie.
ليه ريحة؟
It's Charlie!
أوه.
Look how cute he is!
الناس دي بتهتم بحاجات غريبة أوي.
He looks like a meerkat because he's long and he looks like a furry slinky, but he is actually called a ferret. And as a ferret, he usually is not found in the wild. Just like a chihuahua was once a wolf, this guy used to be an animal called a polecat. And guess what polecats eat? Prairie dogs. Crazy. So this is why he's built really, really flexible, like a slinky. Watch him do his little dance. Beep, 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 beep. He's very flexible. So he can go inside the tunnels, catch animals, and then come out with them. Now, there is a very, very cool thing about Charlie. He became a pet to humans in Egypt about 3,000 years ago.
Egypt.
So people have had pet ferrets for 3,000 years.
ولكن البتاع ده كان موجود في مصر من 3000 سنة.
A very long time, okay? Now his smell is kind of like his perfume. I like to use it as perfume because it keeps all the boys away from me. It works great. But this guy runs across the ground, and when other ferrets smell the ground, they smell it and they go, "Oh, that's Charlie's perfume. He must have been walking here." And they can talk to each other by smelling where the others have gone. Very, very cool. Now, Charlie loves to sleep. He can sleep for 18 hours a day. And he sleeps upside down like this, and he sleeps so heavily that when I go to give him food in the morning and wake him up, sometimes I think he's dead because he just doesn't move at all. And I go, "Charlie, please come back to me." And then he wakes up one night like, "Yes, you're bothering me." And then he goes and eats his breakfast reluctantly. But he will sleep for 18 hours, which leaves how many hours left in the day? Close. 6 hours. You know what he likes to do in those 6 hours? Play, go to the bathroom a lot, and eat. Okay, that's pretty much it. All right, and that is the existence of a ferret. They can be very mischievous. They like to steal things and hide them, but for the most part, they can be really good pets. Just be aware that it might smell your house up a little bit. Okay, they smell musky, kind of like a moldy basement you just made tacos in. Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna say goodbye to my friend Charlie. He's very cute. My little furry slinky, should he dance out? Do you want to see his post-quarantine workout? Ready, watch. He's gonna do crunches. He says, he doesn't like to exercise, me either. Okay, so let's put him back and let's meet something scary.
أعتقد هتجيب اسمه.
out about it. You see this here? What's his name? Groot. And what's on his box? A lock. Uh-oh. We have to be very careful with Groot because he can be a very dangerous animal. Now, what I'm going to do, deep breath. Now, I'm going to take a look and see which way he's facing so I can warn that side of the crowd. Now, by no means should you get up and run. I'm just going to let you know which way he's facing so you know which side he's going to come out of the box from, okay? First, I have to put in my top secret combination. 1, 2, 3. And let's see what he looks like. Okay, here we go. Let's see which direction he's facing. Here we go. He's facing this way. You guys ready? Right there. Are you ready? Here we go. 1, 2.
سحلية. السحلية الأمريكية.
They grow to be as long as 2 of me, 10 feet long. That's okay. Now, my friends here can get to be 10 feet long and 800 pounds. When he gets that big, you know how heavy his tail is? It's as heavy as a refrigerator. And he snaps. And this keeps animals far away from him, so that way he can avoid being eaten. But what animals would eat an alligator? You gotta sit down, buddy, because he can bite you, okay? Now, my friends here, he absolutely loves to eat, but what kind of snacks does he like to eat? He eats fish, they'll eat turtle, they'll even use their tail to dive out of the trees and grab birds out of the trees and eat them. Crazy powerful. He has 72 razor blade sharp teeth. And I'm going to open his mouth so we can take a look inside. Ready? I'm just going to rub his chin. You say, open your mouth. Open your mouth. My hands are slippery, honey. He's going to try to take a bite out of me. All right, here we go. We're going to do a nice gentle pet, and slowly but surely we can see his mouth opens up. You see that? He looks, says hello. Now he's got these really, really sharp chompers, and inside his mouth he has a tongue with taste buds, just like we have. That way he can decide which fish he likes and which ones he doesn't like. Do you think that he likes
وعنده مستقبلات حسية في لسانه
No.
زينا بالظبط بتخليه يحس.
He doesn't want to be too close to something that could hurt him. Imagine, we're scared. Something is chasing us. We're running for our lives. Are we going to turn around and bite it?
No.
We're going to try to get it as far away as possible. And that's what my friend would rather do, especially using his heavy, powerful tail. He says, stay back, I'm a scary alligator. Can't you see, stay back? But really, he's terrified. He just wants to run away. Now, he does have a cute little snorkel on the top of his nose, so he sticks his nose out of the water, takes a deep breath, and then zooms back down to stop his prey. He also has built-in goggles so he can see underwater. Pretty crazy, right? Yeah.
يقدر يشوف تحت
Have you seen
المية.
this part right here? This is where he goes to the bathroom, okay? Now, I've trained him to do a trick because when we got him, he was so small, he came to us inside a Pop-Tart box. He was 6 inches long, about this long, that's full size. Now, we got him from someone who had him as a pet. You think it's a good idea to have a pet alligator? It's illegal in New York and New Jersey, but if you go to the lawless land of Pennsylvania, you can do whatever you want over there, okay? Including buying alligators. So people do that, they come back with that, they tell their neighbors or post a picture. The police find out and they get in big trouble. The police have to come to their house and take the alligator and fine them lots of money, but Do the police want an alligator in the station? No, that's when we come in. We have a special paper called a permit, and we're allowed to keep them till they're 4 feet, okay? But would you like to see the trick we've taught him from a tiny little baby? All right, now all I have to do is tap here, his hiney, 3 times, and he's gonna spray just a little bit of pee. Ready? Close your mouth. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that on purpose, but sometimes it happens by accident, so be ready. All right, my friends, so this guy's very, very sweet. I know that I'm a little bit far away, and this is a very cool animal to see, so remember, we're not going to be touching, but I'm just going to walk just here and back so the back can see a little bit better, okay? So stay put for 1 minute. Ready? Hello, everybody. Don't touch it. Isn't he cute?
Joy, good, good. يا جماعة مفكركم ايه كل عام سبسكرايب للصفحة بتاعتنا على اليوتيوب فارس منهاتن عشان يوصلكم كل جديد وغريب وظريف ولطيف في العالم. طيب حمودي.
Yeah, ready? I'm just kidding. Okay, ready? Let's go, my friend over there. Yes, I need glasses. I see. Good question. Guess how long the alligator lives for? 80 years.
80?
80 years. Very cool. All right, my friends, we're going to say goodbye to him, but instead of saying just goodbye, I think we should say see you later, alligator.
عايش 80 سنة. الحيوان قبل الأخير. البرص. كيوت. مش هو صغير الأطفال يا جماعة، كيوت إيه بس يعني ده اللي زي ده عندنا على الحيطة بيتضرب على بالشبشب والله.
He also likes to look super spiky, so he looks
لك عنده دقن.
When he sees another boy bearded dragon, he has to show that dragon that he's the toughest man in town. He puffs out his giant beard and turns it dark black and scary. If an animal comes up to him, he can then try to puff out his beard too. Two animals have the same looking beard, and whoever's beard is bigger, they are the winner. Usually they compete over something like a stick to lay on. It's really not that intense, but they do it so that way they can make sure they have all the heat that they need to survive. You might see he has something on the side of his head. It looks like a hole. Can we check? Do we have a hole on the side of our head?
Yeah.
Check. Use your finger. We do. What is that then? His ears. Exactly. Those are his ears. So he needs to be able to hear if there are predators coming and listen.
عنده ودنين زينا.
Does anyone know? I'll give you a hint. Birds swoop out the sky, grab lizards with their talons, and carry them off into their nests where their babies eat them. Okay. All right, my friends. Jupiter's a good boy. Should I give him a snack? Okay, Jupiter loves to eat worms. We're gonna give him a quick snack here, and then we're gonna meet the last animal. Who is the largest animal? Okay. Should I give him a big juicy one? Let's see if he wants it. He says, "Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I want it." There he goes. Come on, Tom. He says, "Oh, thank you." Oh, he might still want juice. There we go. That's just a little bit of orange juice. It's okay. There he goes. Perfect. He loves them. He said, "That is delicious." Okay, my friends, we're gonna say goodbye to Jupiter. Let's say bye, Jupiter. Okay, we're gonna ask them in a second. Do we have 3 questions about Jupiter? Yes, we are. He is a boy, yeah? Okay, let's find another one. Yes, sweetie pie? He likes to live in Australia in the desert, okay? Yes, buddy. Jupiter's about 10 years old, and he's kind of old. Bearded dragons only live to be about 12 to 13 years old, okay? All right, my friends, with the remaining questions, we're going to put them in our head and make sure we don't forget them, because we can ask them at the end. We're going to meet the last animal in this formal setting before we start our photo opportunities. Let's see here what we have. He
حيوان
has to eat
كبير.
his own container, you know why? He likes to eat his roommates. Uh-oh.
يقول لك لازم نحطه في صندوق كبير. عارف ليه؟ عشان هو بياكل ساكن معايا. بتنكت الأخت.
Not a snapping turtle. Okay, my friends, ready? His name is Jelly Bean, and Jelly Bean comes along with something people don't like, okay? He comes along with a bad reputation, and this means that when people take one look at him, they think of things that they've heard on TV or someone has said, but they've never actually met one before. Is it nice to say you don't like someone without meeting them? You should try to give it a shot. Is it nice to say you don't like someone because of how they look? No, we're supposed to be kind to everything, okay? So, when I take him out, I understand some people might be very afraid. I promise you we are under control here.
اتكلموا على اعتقد على التعبان.
One,
هو شكله خطير.
two,
اوه ايه تعبان تعبان.
This here is Jelly Bean, and he's called a Burmese python. As a
عنده 7 سنين بس.
Be about 25 years old, and he can get to be 15 feet long, which is 3 of me. We can find them in Southeast Asia, places like Vietnam, Thailand, and Burma, now called Myanmar. They love to live in the trees when they're little, but when they get big, they get to be over 200 pounds, and tree branches break, so they go and live in the water instead. All right, now we are going to start to organize so that you can take a picture with the snake, okay?
دلوقتي اللي عايز يتصور.
All right, guys. Now I have to explain what's going to happen next. Because you see, there's a lot of us, a lot of kids, right? A lot of parents. So we have to be organized because we still have a lot of things to do. We still have the photos with jelly bean. We're still going to give out balloons. We're still going to give out candy bags, juice, and we're also going to have a raffle, right? So I need you guys right now. I know it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a zoo, right? Hence, no pun intended. No, not funny.
يا ريت كله يعمل سبسكرايب للصفحه بتاعتنا على يوتيوب فارس منهاتن عشان
When it comes to the photo booth, right? We got a beautiful couple here called the donut booth. All right, they always come with us now, mashallah. It's amazing initiative they started. But when we're taking photos, guys, the best thing, because there's too many of you, we cannot do one person at a